it do, YouTube? It's the OG Mr. Munt. Back at y'all with another video. It's fight week, ladies and gentlemen. Caleb Plant versus David Benavides. Hadn't really had the opportunity to speak on this fight at all, man. But you know, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this fight because honestly, it's, in my opinion, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight, but I still have an idea on who I think is gonna win. But yeah, clearly, in my opinion, it's a 50-50 fight. You got Caleb Plant, very skillful, slick in a lot of ways, has good footwork, just an all around good fighter in my opinion. Then you got David Benavides, big, strong, real fast hands, puts on a whole lot of pressure. Also a very good fighter. Now, who do I think is gonna win this fight? I gotta go with David Benavides. But again, I think it's a 50-50 fight. But the issue I have with Caleb Plant is Caleb Plant, for the most part, is and I hate to say this about him, but he's a front runner. I've noticed in a bunch of Caleb Plant's fights that he gasses out. He gasses out big time. Starts getting caught with shots. Early, the first 6-7 rounds, man, this guy's hard to touch. First 6, 7, 8 rounds, and he'll fire off combinations. Very good fighter. Like I said, I just think he's a front runner. I think usually about round 8, that's when you notice him starting to get tired, and even people who, in my opinion, not on his level, they start landing shots on him. So that's what happened to him in the fight against Canelo. I mean, in my opinion, he was giving Canelo a tough fight. It varies on the people who say he was winning. You got people say he was winning that fight, and then you got people say he was, it was just close, but Canelo was winning. But I don't know. I think it was a very close fight. He was doing well until he gassed out, and Canelo puts that pressure on you, and Canelo eventually caught up to him and hit him with some big shots, and he couldn't recover. And in my opinion, the shots he got hit with weren't all that huge. It's just that he was exhausted. And once he did go down, he couldn't. He was too tired to get up and too tired to recover. So, but David Benavides, that was, in my opinion, that's the thing that gives him the edge over Caleb Plant. The guy, I've never seen him tired. Never. And in my opinion, he puts on more pressure than Canelo Alvarez. Now, I'm not saying that he's the same type of fighter as Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez is an elite level fighter. David Benavides is a very good fighter, but I'm not saying that he's on Canelo Alvarez level. Not saying he can't beat Canelo Alvarez at this point, but Canelo Alvarez is very established, and he's a he's an elite level fighter. But as far as David Benavides go, like I said, man, I think he puts on more pressure than Canelo Alvarez. And thing about it is, not only does David Benavides occupy your space, he occupies your time because he throws punches in bunches, and his hands are just as fast as Caleb Plant. Now, don't get me wrong, Caleb Plant has very, very fast hands. And like I said, he's hard to hit, uses a lot of movement. But Caleb Plant puts on so much pressure. I'm sorry, David Benavides, he puts on so much pressure and at the same time throwing a bunch of punches. So, I think that Caleb Plant is gonna have a whole lot of success against David Benavides early on in that fight. I don't think he's gonna be able to land too many I don't think he's gonna be able to land too many combinations on David Benavides without paying for it, because even when David Benavides goes into the high guard, his reflexes coming out of the high guard after he done got hit are so fast that, landing 2 or 3 shots on him is very, very dangerous, because he comes out of that high guard with the quickness, firing, and not just one shot. And then the thing about it is, David Benavides, and this is just something that I've noticed, he really has no indicators when he's throwing his leads. They just pop off. You can't tell he's finna throw them. He has good power. I don't know which one of these guys has more power, because David Benavides throws so many punches that he doesn't really load up on his shots. He's a big guy and he does have power, but he doesn't load up on his shots. He does damage with what he does, but he doesn't load up on anything. Caleb Plant, now, in Caleb Plant's last fight against Anthony Dirrell, he caught Anthony Dirrell with a shot that Anthony Dirrell didn't see. It was set up perfectly. Went down low to the body with the hook, and then came back upstairs. Bam. Perfect shot right on the button. Anthony Dirrell was out before he hit the ground. So now they're running with the notion that Caleb Plant has all this power. And in my opinion, it's just not true. He just caught Anthony Dirrell with a shot he didn't see. Perfect shot. So I just think that, in my opinion, their power is about the same, with maybe David Benavides having maybe a little bit more power. He's a bigger guy. But I don't think it would be a good idea for Caleb Plant to stand there and try to trade with David Benavides just because he think he's developed all this power because he knocked out Anthony Dirrell. Now, that's a common opponent for both guys, Anthony Dirrell. And in my opinion, Anthony Dirrell was doing well against both of these guys. Not saying he was winning against Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant was a little bit more busier than Anthony Dirrell, but Anthony Dirrell landed some good shots on Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, just caught him with that big hook and put his lights out. With David Benavides, Anthony Dirrell was having success against David Benavides. David Benavides just cut him, and once he cut him, he started piling up the points, started beating him up, you know, with the blood and stuff getting in his eyes. And finally the fight was stopped. But Anthony Durrell had success against both of these guys. Now, as far as their fight goes, like I said, I have to lean towards David Benavides simply because I think Caleb Plant is going to eventually gas out. I think Caleb Plant is going to gas out probably by around the time. And the thing about it, like I said, David Benavides puts on more pressure than Canelo, throws more punches than Canelo. And unless Caleb Plant can somehow hit him and change his mind to where he's not throwing as many punches, then, you know, I just don't think that. I mean, I just think eventually, you know, he's gonna catch up to Caleb Plant. I don't think he's gonna be able to slow David Benavides down, and David Benavides is gonna keep coming and gonna keep coming and gonna keep throwing shots, and he's gonna eventually catch up to Caleb, and you know, I think he's gonna eventually stop Caleb Plant around 10, and it's not because of Caleb Plant is going to take a whole bunch of punishment. Because if Caleb Plant takes punishment in this fight, I think it's going to be all in one round. I think he's going to be tired, you know, unless that snack program has finally started working for him. You know, I honestly think that he's going to be so tired with all the movement that he does and with all the pressure that Benavides puts on him, that, you know, it's going to be this one particular round that David Benavides is going to let off a flurry of punches and hurt Caleb Plant. And all his punishment is going to come from one single round. And, you know, David Benavides is going to get the stoppage. And Caleb Plant is just going to be too tired to recover from it. So, you know, that's just my thoughts on the way I think the fight is going to go. But again, you know, overall, it's a 50-50 fight. If Caleb Plant can continue throughout a 12-round fight with the same amount of intensity that he has from round 1 to like round 7, he can win this fight. You know, as long as he can keep moving and land 1 or 2 shots, you know, pot shot here and there, and continue to move for 12 rounds, I think he can win the fight. But I just don't think that's going to happen because, like I said, I've seen him gas out in several fights. But you know, that's who I'm going with in this fight. I'm going with David Benavides because, like I said, I just think the pressure is going to be too much. The hand speed is just as fast, and I just think he's gonna wear Caleb Plant down by around 10, possibly round 11, and he's gonna stop him. But you know, that's just my opinion on the fight. You guys tell me what you think down in the comment section. It's your OG, Mr. Mont. Salute to the mighty LDBC, and I'm out.